We're still a team that controls our own destiny, and we've made it tough on ourselves. There's no question. We need to win the next 3 and in order to claim the things that we want to in the playoffs.
Even though we are in a funk, in a sense, I mean, we are still confident we can go out and beat anybody we play up against.
In many ways, the Cowboys' loss to the Redskins last week was more psychological than physical. Troy Aikman said his team is joyless. Emmitt Smith said it's time for some soul-searching. The Cowboys made this a Super Bowl or bust season, and they're starting to feel the pressure.
After a win, the streets, the city, everything has a glow to it. I'm serious. Everybody is happy. Nobody honking for horns and driving you off the road and nothing like that. Pretty much everybody's upbeat and pretty excited. But after the loss, it's like a dark night, a doomsday afternoon.
It's been hard. Guys been up and down, not so much on the playing field, but just little things that people don't know about. It's been trying, man, but you know what's been satisfying is that we are 10-3. We still in control of our destiny.
The Cowboys' defense has slipped to 12th in the league, and now they have to cope without Haley and starting middle linebacker Robert Jones.
If we happen to score quick, we score quick. But if we can eat up the clock in the process of scoring, we'll help our defense out, we'll help our special team out, we'll help everybody out.
Thus far, Deion Sanders hasn't been much of a help. Without Deion, the Cowboys were 6-1. With them, they're 4-2.
Just 4 weeks ago, the Lombardi Trophy was theirs for the taking. But something went wrong with the Cowboys. Pam Oliver goes to Dallas to see if the once invincible boys can regain that championship feeling.
Yep, the Cowboys, despite a 10-3 record, are kind of bumming. Seems America's team has lost a bit of its swagger after losing to the 49ers badly and being swept pitifully by the lowly Redskins.
We got to get refocused, recommitted to each other. We committed to the game. You know, we just got to do some soul searching and come up with some true answers.
Dallas didn't do that last Sunday, playing uninspired, mistake-filled football against a team that's collected 2 of its 4 wins this season against the vaunted Cowboys. All those blunders raised a red flag for a group that believes success means nothing less than a Super Bowl.
We're going to get ourselves in some problems if we keep on doing this. And I think if we get to the playoffs and we still have the same mental lapses, we're not going to go very far.
The Cowboys have been hit just as hard with physical problems as they have with mental letdowns. The loss of Charles Haley, a man responsible for a third of the team's sacks, hurts most.
That's a devastating loss. And you lose the best pass rusher in the NFL, it's going to make it harder on the defense.
Across the board, the Cowboys can ill afford any screw-ups, including the coaching snafus most glaring against the Niners. But to merely suggest head coach and nice guy Barry Switzer perhaps needs to be a bit more like his predecessor makes some downright irritable.
This is a week that we play the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm not finna sit here and watch no tennis match between the Barry Switzer and the Jimmy Johnson.
You're such a likable guy. The players obviously like you. Does that prevent you from getting in somebody's face and jumping down somebody's throat and getting on somebody's...
Why in the world does anybody think that being a nice guy and a likable guy is a sign of weakness? I have never understood that. Hey, I'm telling you, I can bite you right in the mouth anytime I want. But I'm not that type of guy until you push me so far.
You know, sometimes I feel like some things are not being said, and so as the quarterback, sometimes maybe I take on a little bit too much responsibility, or more so than what I should, and maybe on occasions I overstep my boundaries as a result.
Right now, Dallas needs to win its last 3 games to presumably get another crack at San Francisco in the playoffs, a team the Cowboys dominated prior to the Switzer regime.
When are you going to get around to beating the 49ers? Haven't done that under your helm.
Well, I want to tell you something. It's not the same team Jimmy played. That front 7, 6 of them are different. Jimmy didn't play that front 7. And at the same time, 27 of those players he played with here aren't here. So, you know, this football team isn't the same.
That sounds like an excuse.
Well, it is to a degree. The talent levels aren't the same.
Are you comfortable with his pro football knowledge?
Well, you know, he's 2 years in, you know, so I mean his NFL knowledge is limited, but I don't think that necessarily hurts him, and I don't think he wants to get any more involved than what he's been.
Now, Switzer blames some of those broad perceptions that exist out there about him in terms of him being a head coach in name only on media misrepresentations of him. As far as the players go, well, they don't seem to blame Barry, at least not publicly. They say, we're the ones who have to go out here and take the field. We're the ones who have to step it up. You know, we are talking about a team with a 10-3 record, but things are not exactly going the way anybody on this team would like for them to. JB, back to you.
All right, Pam, thank you very much. And that's very clear. And, you know, it doesn't take much to read between the lines in this situation. But, boy, Jimmy's name brings out the defensiveness in people no matter what.
Without even being asked about him.
No question about it. But, Jimmy, the question is, hey, it's not are there problems in Dallas? How serious are the problems in Dallas?
Well, JB, in the short run, there's not any problems. You know, the players are trying to challenge themselves by saying our backs are to the wall. Well, their backs are not to the wall. You know, they're going to win their division. They're going to have a first-round bye. So in the short run, there's not a problem. But as Troy mentioned in the piece, there are concerns on the long run because, you know, the leaders and some of the top players on the team, they're the heavies. They're the ones that are trying to discipline the younger players. Players shouldn't be the heavies. The coaches have to be the heavies.
No mistake in that at all.
Yeah, I'll tell you, big game today. Big game up there. The Hawks out. We'll see how tough those guys down south are.
Cowboys up by 7. Ball tipped by Darren, by the strong safety Woodson. There it is, picked off Larry Brown, 65-yard. Return for a touchdown. Cowboys plus a Bonio field goal. Cowboys 17-6 at the half.
Smith 98 yards in the first time.
And Cowboys lose this game 20-17, and my, oh my, what is going to happen now, JB?
Emmitt Smith, a little cold early on. He did warm up, though, Terry.
Cowboy running game was going real good early. Emmitt bounces inside, bounces outside behind Johnston's run. Cowboys are up 7-3 at this point. Back come the Eagles, though. Ricky Waters with over 100-yard rushing. He goes in. This point, 17-14, then 17 all. Then the last play, then finally 17-14 Eagles. And the last play, Eric Williams, the right tackle, misses his block, gives up on Fuller, gets sacked. Fuller, down goes Aikman, turns around screaming and hollering at Williams. Cowboys, in a shocker, they lose on the road.
Obviously, Philadelphia outplayed Dallas the second half, but when you have fourth down, I don't care how short it is, fourth down on your own 29-yard line, you punt the football. You don't go for it. And that's a very simple percentage football. If you're behind, you go ahead and try to pick up the first down. But if you're tied, you kick the football.
Yes, indeed. Take a look at the 4th and 1, Terry.
4th and 1, Emmitt out of the eye. Johnston lead, no good. Knocked down, stopped from their 29-yard line. Eagles take over. Gary Anderson with his 4th field goal of the day, a 42-yarder. It's good. He initially had one called back because they weren't set, or the referees blew it. Came back, kicked it, won the ball game. This is what happened on the final play. Aikman stepping up, going deep, knocked down, sacked. Eric Williams is right tackle. Aikman is furious at him because he's accusing him of quitting on the play. And if you ran it back, you would have seen him as he had his back to Troy Aikman. In an upset, 20-17, Eagles dominate this football game.
Hey, as we swing around the horn here, I can't help but think back to the pregame show. Troy Aikman most upset about things. Jimmy shared it. I mean, he just exploded today with what has not been happening in Dallas.
What you saw today with Troy Aikman is something that's just been accumulating. This is a football team that has not been in sync for a long time. It's a football team that has no vertical passing game. It relies strictly on Emmitt. It's a football team that's totally diluted of all emotion, practically playing emotionless, Jimmy, and I don't care what happens. If you're going to win Super Bowls in the last month of the season, you get it in gear, and the Cowboys are not in gear.
Well, you know, the Cowboys started out the game. They were moving the football. They had an early lead, and still it was a 17-17 ball game. And, you know, I say it again, I don't care if it's high school ball, college ball, pro ball, if you've got the ball on your 29-yard line, 4th down, and I don't care how short the yardage is, if you've got a tied score, you punt the football, play defense, and you just play percentage football. That's not percentage football.
Now, and the Cowboys go on 4th and 1. Emmitt Smith is piled up. But the officials say the game clock ticked down to the 2-minute warning. Prior to the snap, they had a chance to do it again. Barry Switzer does the same thing again. Emmitt is piled up. The ball goes over. Michael Irvin not at all pleased on the sideline, and why not? With 1:26 to play, Gary Anderson, the game winner from 42 yards out. The Eagles win it 20-17. However, because of a couple of other things happening, the Dallas Cowboys backed into the postseason. But how do you explain this, Joe?
They may be in the postseason, but I'll tell you right now, there's going to be a lot said about this and a lot printed. First of all, it's a very unusual play. They go for it. I really think the officials look like made the wrong call. They don't get it. Barry Switzer has enough time to think about this play, turn around, and come right back with it again. I tell you, he's going to take criticism for this, and deservedly so.
Yeah, well, you're right about one thing. He don't get it. He's missing the whole boat. First of all, it's a sequel to Dumb and Dumber. It really is. You can't do that to your football team. The Cowboys are a good football team. Right now, they're a team that's really out of sync. I don't think they believe in what they can do, and I think it's going to hurt them in the playoffs now. Right now, they're at a disadvantage to the 49ers in home field.
Dumb and Dumber. 20-17, Eagles will win.
The high winds at frigid Veterans Stadium played a key role in Switzer's decision.
Well, if we'd had the win, I would have kicked the football. No, obviously the win was a factor in him punting the ball.
It's not a bad call. You got the win in your face. The punts hadn't been going far that direction the entire game. Even if you get a good punt off, you're looking at midfield, and Gary Anderson's a great kicker. So, you know, with the people we have on this football team, we should be able to make 12 inches. 1 of 2 times.
A team like the Dallas Cowboys, to get 1 yard is not a tough feat. It really isn't. They said, you guys, you know what we're going to run. You try to stop us.
Dallas' troubles can be summarized thusly. They did not do too well individually or collectively in the second half, which might have inspired Mr. Switzer's remarks afterwards, most of which, according to ear witnesses, and there were many, had something to do with somebody's mama.
It is the one decision the entire football nation was discussing.
I don't think my golden answer is that big. I think I would have punted in that situation.
Yeah, he gave the offense a vote of confidence by going for it, but what does it say to the defense, which played far better than the offense on this day, when he says, well, we know they're going to drive down the field and kick the field goal anyway. There is an issue of whether this team has confidence in Barry Switzer. It is split, Mike. It's about 80-20 split in Switzer's favor, but nevertheless split.
But given the complexion of the game at that point, I mean, Dallas had 22 total yards in the second half so far. Barry Switzer should have punted at that point.
Emmitt Smith had like 8 carries for 10 yards up to the point of that last carry. Something was very wrong before then. He should have known.
I wonder if Jimmy Johnson had made this call, if you two guys would be saying, gutsy call, he's that kind of guy, yeah, go for it on fourth and one. What was interesting to me about Switzer, what I objected, was that afterwards he said, I don't think our defense could have held the mighty Philadelphia offense from marching downfield.
And more important, Michael, that was not Steve Young quarterbacking the other team. That was Rodney Peete, for Pete's sake. He'd already fumbled. He'd already thrown an interception. Why not punt it to him? Put the onus back on Rodney. I think he would have lost the game before he would have won it.
If Jerry was the bold maverick owner that he envisions himself being, you know what he'd do right now? Fire Switzer tomorrow and go get Jimmy Johnson off the television set.
In the locker room last night, on and off the record, all the players and coaches I talked to had nary a doubt about going for it. I'm starting to wonder if this team's a little bit in denial.
Sterling is the person who really talked about agreeing with the decision. The roster of people who disagree with it: Madden, Ditka, Gibbs, Bradshaw, Theismann, Tom Jackson, Jaws. I mean, these guys are, some in cases, Hall of Famers, coaches, and players.
In December, in January, it's going to be the NFC Championship, San Fran, Dallas.
One final point. If Dallas wants to win the NFC East, if Philadelphia wins out, the Eagles and their fans can root for Buddy Ryan's Cardinals against Dallas on Christmas night.
Barry Switzer going against the percentages in Philadelphia yesterday and failing. But the ramifications for the Dallas Cowboys are enormous. Take a look at this graphic. They have given away the home field edge to the 49ers. Since 1980, the home team has won the NFC Championship 12 of the 15 times they've played. The Cowboys are 1-4 on the road, yet today, Coach Switzer was putting on his best happy face.
We can have the same record we had last year, 12-4. We can do the same thing, and as long as we get an opportunity to go play in the championship game, we don't care where it might be, whether it happens to be in Dallas, happens to be in San Francisco, the desert, the cow pasture, whatever.
Now, Peter King of Sports Illustrated has been in Dallas all day. Peter, I cannot imagine that it was a good scene.
Brent, I've been around the Cowboys all day today and a lot this year. One thing's obvious to me. The veteran leadership of this team has lost faith in the ability of Barry Switzer to lead them. Now, yesterday's coaching blunder brought it all to a head. I talked to Jerry Jones late today, and the Dallas owner swears he won't fire Switzer. I quote, "There's absolutely no possibility, absolutely none, that I will replace Barry Switzer after this season." Now, they're still 10-4, but there was a lot of wagons circling here today. On the blackboard of a team meeting room were these words: "The only people who can save us are in this room, and that should be good enough."
You're riding a roller coaster, man. Some days you're up, some days you're down. When you're down, that's when everybody start turning on. But when you're up,
It was the greatest team in NFL history. You know, that's just the way it goes.
With a 17-3 lead at Philadelphia, Dallas appeared to have the NFC East clinched. With a 4th and 1 at their own 29 in a tie game with 2 minutes left, the Cowboys could have clinched a first down by going for it.
Novacek, a flanker in motion, I formation. It's going to Emmitt. Emmitt has it. He stopped. Again, the first down at the 29.
It was the first time in 4 tries Philly stopped an opponent on 4th and 1 this season. The second time Dallas didn't convert a 4th and 1 in 7 tries. But the umpteenth time their coach has been second-guessed.
I don't think my golden answer that big. I think I would have punted in that situation.
Obviously, if I knew I wasn't going to make it again, I wouldn't do it, but I don't have that opportunity.